again, Guardians, and welcome back to the channel for another Destiny episode. Before we get into it, I'm giving away 1,000 silver on the channel this week, and all you have to do to enter and to win is be subscribed to my channel, like this video, and comment down below in the comment section what's your favorite topic discussed in this video about the leaked Destiny 2 information. Now to get into it, huge shout out to Red Dog for giving me the sources I needed to make this video. Without him, we wouldn't have been able to make this video, so please, go check out his channel, linked in the description of this video. Possibly like some of his videos, watch some of his videos, and possibly subscribe to him. He does deserve it. He's in a lot of my content. He's in the Ark Let's Plays, he's in the Overwatch gameplays, and he's also in a lot of Destiny gameplays. So we're going to be seeing him a lot on my channel, and it's only fair to give him some credit. So please go check out his channel. Getting into this video though, it's made by Insider Leaker on the Reddits, the Destiny Reddits. Inside Leaker commented that he is a close contact with plenty of Bungie employees and currently working on Destiny 2. Now, they're working on Destiny 2 and giving him leaked information about what's going on and what's in store for Destiny 2 moving forward. So this guy says that it's legitimate inside source contact, and we're going to see from, I guess, the ideas and concepts that he throws at us. But we're going to be going over a lot of information that I want you guys to take with a grain of salt. I was not going to make this video, but I think we're all adults here and we would love to know this information if it is out there. And if it actually ends up being a legit leaked content for Destiny 2, I'm going to be pretty excited because a lot of the stuff in these comments are pretty legit and they sound pretty realistic to the concepts that we already know about and what Bungie wants to do moving forward into Destiny 2. So without further ado, very first thing, they are not completely rebooting our characters. Now, his source described it as a clean slate, but not a full wipe. Apparently, our Guardian will still retain their memories, accomplishments, etc., but up to this point, but they will not retain their gears, weapons, and items. So I think the only thing out of this comment that we actually know legitimately is that our Guardian's going to know of the previous memories that happened in Destiny 1, and that's going to move over. And that's going to move over with shaders, emblems, and maybe sparrows and ships. We're not too sure, but that's the only things I legitimately think of transferring over to Destiny 2. Now, next topic is there will be 3 new subclasses from the jump. So on top of the existing subclasses, they will be reworked fully, including new abilities, perks, and visual effects, and have 1 new subclass for each Guardian, Warlock, Hunter, and a Titan. So it's going to be really cool to work with brand new subclasses from the jump start of Destiny 2, because they really do need to do something like this, because a lot of people are going to get bored of the standard subclasses that everybody's been using for the last 3 years. So please, I mean, I love my Stormcaller, and I've only been able to use my Stormcaller for 2 years now, but I'd like something new for my Warlock. Next up, the game will be facing a delay into the Q1 of 2018. My source did not get too specific on this topic, but hinted that they will have an issue with the new engine and they are using a brand new engine that's possibly going to have some hang-ups regarding narration and staff. So, very big problem. We were slated and promised by Bungie that it was going to be 2017. So if it does go into the first quarter of 2018, I'm going to be pretty upset, and I know a lot of other people are going to be pretty upset. But I do look at the broad aspect of what's going on. Destiny 2 is supposed to be a reworked game, completely brand new, clean slate, a brand new game on a brand new engine on the brand new consoles, PlayStation 4, PC, and Xbox One. So with this being said, they're trying to make the game better than what it was before, and with that, there might be some delays. And if there is a delay, it's going to be pretty obviously possible because Bungie as a whole hasn't commented anything about the structure of Destiny 2 so far, and has not commented any good source information or confirmation of what's happening for Destiny 2. So a delay is very possible. It is 2017 right now, and we're working our way into 2017 without any confirmation from Bungie, so I think a delay into the first quarter of 2018 is very legitimately possible. Sadly enough, though, it might be a good thing. If the game is 10 times better, even 5 times better than Destiny, and there was a delay, I'll be completely okay with that. Yes, it's going to be boring not making content about Destiny 2 in 2017, but I have some other plans for this channel, so don't worry about it. Next up, it will be in 60 frames per second. Currently, Destiny is in 30 frames per second because it was on the PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360, and they moved over to the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, and they were going to slate it for the PC, but it never happened. So 60 frames per second on the PlayStation 4 at 4K HD resolution, or the PlayStation Pro, or the Scorpio, or Xbox One and PC seems like a legitimate thing. Now, it cited technical limitations, not aesthetics, as the reason for it being missing in Destiny 1 was the technical limitations of PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360. It didn't allow for that 30 frames per second. But now that we moved away from that, it seems a little bit more reasonable that we'll have 60 frames per second at 4K resolution, possibly. So that'd be pretty awesome. Next up, Powers of the Darkness will be introduced into the gameplay. Now, the source didn't elaborate on this, but they did comment that Powers of the Darkness will be added and introduced to the gameplay, meaning that the fourth subclass for all three of the Guardians might actually be a darkness power, might actually be controlling the darkness and taking the light and becoming tainted and then trying to fight back with the light, and the light takes over, and now we're able to use the darkness as a power for our Guardians to pretty much annihilate all of our new enemies and foes. That'd be pretty awesome. A nice idea, and it's very possible. A lot of people have been commenting that the darkness should be an actual power that the Guardians can use. Because we fight against it, why can't we wield it ourselves? Next up, raids will be bigger, longer, and much more interesting in terms of the mechanics moving forward. This seems like a very broad idea, but yes, raids have been getting bigger and better and longer and more interesting in the terms of mechanics already. So that seems like an idea and principle that already seems to be happening in Destiny. Remember, we had the Vault of Glass. It took about 16 and a half hours for the first raid team to complete. Then the Crotus End raid, we learned how to solo it. We learned how to flawlessly solo it, and it became way too easy. So they upped the ante. They made the King's Fall, and then they made the Wrath of the Machine. And every single time it's getting to be a lot more complicated and a lot more interesting. So I only expect Destiny 2 to bring this to a brand new level. Raids will be bigger and longer. Yes, I get that. It's a broad topic, and I already think that's going to be added in, and it seems like it's already happening. The next one, ships will no longer be cosmetic. So it's going to be really cool. If our characters do transfer over our ships and our sparrows, it's going to be really cool to use our old ships to be able to fly in space. There was an idea back in Destiny 1's beta and alpha where Bungie wanted people to be able to fly their ships around in space and do space battles. That was never introduced. So possibly with this new idea, we'll actually be able to use our ships inside space and fight each other. It might even be a Crucible match. That would be actually pretty awesome to have a flying simulation inside of Destiny and moving forward. Next topic, they are implementing some kind of transmodification feature, which basically what it does is you take a piece of gear, and like we do right now, taking another piece of gear and dismantling it into that gear to bring it up into light level, not only will it bring the light level up, but it will actually take the perks and all of the value out of that object and put it into the brand new piece of gear. So if you have a favorite set of armor, you'd actually be able to upgrade it to the best possible armor set just by infusing these items into that armor set. So basically, say you have sidearm reloader on your one pair of armor and you want it on the other pair of armor, all you have to do is infuse that, the light level will transfer over, and those perks and stats will transfer over as well, allowing people to get their favorite set of armor up to tier 12 very easily. Now, this also goes to say if the same leveling system applies in Destiny 2 as in Destiny 1. Next up, UI overhaul, more customization features coming, meaning we'll be able to customize pretty much every aspect of our Guardian and make the characters we've always dreamed of. Facial expressions, more emotes, more dancing, more colors, more eye color, more hairstyles. Please give me something to make my character look like the character I've always dreamed of. That would be absolutely incredible, because I would probably start all of my Guardians from scratch even if they did transfer over, if I can make my characters look the way I wanted them to. Next up, Eververse will not be as prominent as it is now, meaning that emotes and the DLC expansions or the dawning events or the Festival of Cost, that is not going to be as big as it is now. They've noticed that the fan base is going to be limited to the amount of money they can spend into all of these microtransactions, and a lot of people are getting upset about it because they can't get the armor and all of the add-ons without paying into Destiny like you would Activision's Call of Duty. They don't want to be a part of Activision in the aspect of making you guys spend money for certain items in game. They want to make it fair for everybody. So Eververse is going to be a lot less prominent than it is now, which is great. Moving in, Xur will be a main role in the overreaching story. We already knew some leaked information on this, but apparently it's confirmed right now through this leaked source that Xur is going to be playing a brand new role in the overarching story of Destiny 2, which would be pretty cool. Also, on top of this, the speaker will be central to the main storyline. It's going to be a center point to the main storyline, and the speaker is going to be playing a huge role in the overarching storyline for Destiny 2. And the final thing, new non-Guardian races will be introduced. That all is, unless my source gives me more information, but hey, that's all the information so far, apparently, to the source. Now, this all seems pretty legitimate. It seems like it all can happen, and it's very awesome. I would love new powers of the darkness. I would love the raids to be bigger and longer. I'd love the ships to be anything more than just cosmetic. I'd like to be able to fly my ship. That's just something I really want. A game at 60 frames per second would make the quality of our videos tremendously amazing on YouTube, so that's pretty exciting. A brand new UI overhaul and more customization features coming would be great. Eververse being less prominent would be awesome, because a lot of people would be less aggravated in spending money to get cosmetic items. And also, Xur and the speaker playing main roles in the game, I kind of want to see how this story is going to play out. But there you have it, Guardians. If you enjoyed this video, drop a like, share it with your friends, and remember, the sources are down below. Subscribe to the channel for future content on Destiny and Destiny 2, and as always, stay violent, be privileged, and we'll see you all in the next episode.